that is giving me a much richer outline than any kind of Save the Cat or Romancing the Beats or anything like that. Phrase called chapter types. And that's the phrase that you need to write down, chapter types. So I'm going to use 4 for this, GPT-4. And I'm going to say, what are the chapter types used to construct a novel? And I'm going to press enter. What are the chapter types used to construct a novel? So I started thinking of these as like Lego bricks, and you'll see the chapter types. That's not what I'm looking for there. Nope, not that one either. It's being stupid here. There we go. Character-centered chapters, where it's focused on a specific character. Time-based chapters. Give it a second because it's going to come into here. Wait a minute. What did I do for my original thing? Okay, thematic chapters, flashback chapters. Now we're starting to get into these different Lego building blocks. Episodic chapters.
The part you missed was in earlier tries when we've been doing this, we've been giving it a specific genre.
That comes next. Yeah, I usually want just like all the different types of chapters you could have in a novel. So we have interludes, prologues, letters or diary entries. Okay. So then I ask, because it's missing like some, I always ask, are there any more chapter types for fiction not listed above? Certainly. Here we go. Now we have the in media res chapters. Now we have some foreshadowing or prophecy chapters. I can think of some genres that need that. Now I know that this is when I first read this and first saw it, I was like, this is really just common sense. Does this feel a little common sense? Like it doesn't seem very earth shattering. Parallel chapters. So that's a cool thing. Now that I know that the AI knows this concept of parallel chapters, I could now denote in my outline, this is a parallel chapter of that one. I could say this is, chapter 6 is a parallel chapter of chapter 7. And the AI could understand that from the outline and everything. We also have vignette chapters, unreliable narrator chapters, fragmented chapters, empty chapters, less common. Some authors use chapters with no text or just a few words. I can think of Faulkner, chapter 13, and As I Lay Dying, My Mother is a Fish. Like, read that in high school, still sticking with me at 41 years old, My Mother is a Fish. And it's because it's the 13-year-old's perspective. If you ever had to read As I Lay Dying by William Faulkner, I'm very sorry. I have scars as well. So there we go. So we've got some chapter types. Now you could ask it again. Are there more? You could keep going until it starts inventing chapters, or it starts just like really going off the rails. Like, it's a banana chapter. It's a chapter that features bananas. That's a little bit too much. Now here's where it gets really exciting. Somebody give me a genre.
Go ahead, put it in the chat.
Go ahead and put it in the chat. Let's do, a cozy mystery. Okay, let's do we'll do a couple of different genres. Give me a thorough list. What do I need? Did I spell thorough right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you did. It just looks wrong for some reason.
I know it does. So give me a thorough list of chapter types I will need to construct an outline for a cozy mystery. And I will paste this into the chat. And we'll run a couple of other genres as well. Go gadget. Here we go.
So here's the thing about these kind of chapter types. Now, a lot of us write from instinct, right? So maybe we weren't taught these things in school. Maybe this is not something that you knew like a scholarly level, but it's something that we know instinctively when we write. So now is a really good time to think about the way you like to put together your books, the way that you like to structure them so that you do have any one of these kind of chapter types and identify them in your own work so that when you go forward to the next book, you can better plot out how you want the AI to fill in those gaps.
Yes. And I'm finding that I can use this as Lego bricks. So I've tried like mafia romance. I have a couple of different genres. And I always ask it, like, are there even more? Even more? And I usually get a list of between 20 to 30 chapter types for that genre. Then I put that as a separate list and I go through it and I take out the chapters I don't want to use. Like, I don't want to write kidnapping. I don't want to write, certain things. If I don't want to write those things, I just take those chapters out. Once I have a list of chapters I'm willing to write or willing to review, now I have kind of like a core list of chapters that I can tell the AI, read this list of chapter types. Now construct me an outline for this genre using the above chapter types for this premise, and you can repeat chapter types. And that is giving me a much richer outline than any kind of save the cat or romancing the beats or anything like that, because it's doing it in a way that it's understanding it at the chapter level. And then from there, you can basically build a template for yourself if you are writing genre fiction. Have you tested these chapter types if it understands functionally? Yes, it does. That's the crazy bit. And that's what we're going to do next. So you see that we have 12 chapter types. I'm going to ask if there's any more. Are there any more? I always like to ask for any more. And again, I can't say that nobody else is not simultaneously coming up with this, but I would say that this is a pretty innovative way to outline with the AI. It's not something I've seen bandied about or shared a whole bunch of times or anything like that. This is what we've all been doing in our caves. And I really want to share my cave. I want to share our cave. That's the thing. I like the local color chapters. So that would be something that I would do if I was writing a small town cozy mystery, right? Versus something happening in a big city. Not that cozy mysteries. Yes, exactly. And as a pantser, if you have a list that you could look at for inspiration, you're not hard set on any of these, but I think it can help you jog to that next point.